Today, our dedicated offering is for Island County Habitat for Humanity. And as many of you realize, one of its most notable volunteers recently passed away, President Jimmy Carter. He and his wife, Rosalind, were very involved in Habitat for Humanity for, I think, 35 years or more. And today we are experimenting with bringing a speaker who represents the recipient of our dedicated offering to share a brief story about its important work in our community. And there's also a table in our lobby this morning with more information about the important work that Habitat does on Whidbey Island. So I ask you to please welcome Liz Chaffin. She is the Chief Development Officer for Island County Habitat for Humanity. Liz?
Raise this up a little bit. Good morning. Thank you so much for having me. I am with Habitat for Humanity. Liz, I will see you out in the lobby afterwards to answer any questions. I have my own story, but the story that I'm going to share with you today is a powerful and inspirational one, not only to myself, but to many others. And this is a two-part story. The first is by our CEO, Oren Kalatis. His story about working at Habitat and what, or more importantly, who inspired him. The second story is about a Habitat home buyer and how their lives intersected to create a powerful force in both of them that allows them to serve their community. And I was hoping to share them as they were written and shared originally, but I want to be respectful of our time today. Oren had only planned on working at Habitat for about a year to build a couple of houses, and then he was going to go back to his life as a general contractor. About 6 months into his journey, he had an experience that transformed him, and now, almost 10 years later, he has served as our construction manager, he has been our COO, and now he is our current CEO. There were 4 home buyers in the program at the time, and the first house he built from start to finish was for one of our home buyers and her 2 kids. And his introduction to Habitat was this person that always had a smile on her face and something positive to say. She worked alongside him and our volunteers every Saturday and would even come out on weekdays after work. There were many times, he said, that smile was a little bit forced and you had to look closely because she hid it well, but you could see that there were struggles that he had no idea she was dealing with. A single mom of 2, working a full-time job and every spare minute she could to provide a better future for her family. He truly admired her dedication. She has transformed her life and now his with her vision, drive, determination, and grit, not to let anything stand in her way to build a better future. And this is our leader and the man behind the mission and who I have the privilege of working with every day and who leads our team. And his dedication is nothing short of inspiring. The person who he admired with her remarkable strength and determination, and the other half of this story is about Melissa Brown. She first heard about Habitat and she knew nothing about it. She had a coworker that suggested that she look into the program, and begrudgingly she did. And she did just that. She had lost hope in ever becoming a home buyer and was at the breaking point in her life. But as soon as she started, she quickly realized how big this was. This kind-hearted volunteers that she met and worked with at the stores, all of the volunteers who came to help build, she was blown away. She said they were everywhere. This wasn't just a program, it was a movement. A family, a community built on hope. At her meeting, she knew that it didn't matter what she did or didn't know. She was on the right path at the right time, meeting the people who would help her achieve the main goals she had set for her children and herself, the things she desperately needed: stability, security, safety, consistency, peace of mind, and home ownership. And as a single mother, it was a huge relief, a burden lifted, a miracle. Throughout this journey, she met new friends, friends that have become family. Looking back, she sees many years of joy, happiness, tradition, holidays, and most of all, safety. During that time, she was in a shelter, fleeing domestic violence. She had no family close by, but a new life was beginning. It was hard, exhausting, and stressful. But the light at the end of the tunnel was their blue house, which represented strength, independence, freedom, love, and most of all, safety for her and her kids. Since then, it's been 10 years she set out on this journey of walking by faith. And her home has helped her kids grow into successful students with security and consistency. Her son is enjoying Navy Junior ROTC and just had his best start to his school year. And her daughter is busy in band and with sports. Her life has come full circle. After staying in the shelter and receiving the services to get back on her feet, she became a case manager for that program and has now moved into the leadership role. Melissa Brown is the director of the Oak Harbor chapter of the Opportunity Council. So it definitely made an impact in her life. And our organizations work closely together. And she's happy that she still gets to bug Orrin, but she also loves that she gets to serve our community together. So thank you very much for having me today, for your time and your offering. It's much appreciated.